Hi, first grade. Today we're going to do lesson 116, counting dimes, nickels, and pennies. So I've got my dimes, nickels, and pennies here in a pile. I don't know if you have a piggy bank that you're allowed to use, but really, the only way to learn to count money, I believe, is to get real money out and have someone work with you on it. I'm gonna go through this flip chart, but really, I need to be next to you seeing if you're counting the money correctly. So it would help if you had a grown-up. So maybe if your mom or dad is working, you might want to save this activity for a weekend. So we're going to start out, and it says, how much money is this? All right. So I'll give you a chance to look at it. All right. A penny's worth 1. A nickel's worth 5. A dime is worth 10. And a quarter, 25. We don't have any quarters today. We're just going to work with these three. So I'm going to start here with the biggest amount. We've got 10. We've got 20. 25. 30. 31. And 32. So if you said 32, you were correct. So now I'm going to try to write in 32 cents. And you know from being here in the classroom, it's hard to use the mouse to write, isn't it? All right, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to clear this out. How much money is this? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 plus 5, 55, 60, we're counting by fives, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 91, 92, oh, we're going to have more than $1, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. It is 100, which is $1. So we can write that with an S, with a line through it, or dollars. We talked about that during calendar time. And then we can write it like this, $1. And there is a decimal point right here. I know it's hard to see. All right, $1. You could write 100 cents, but usually we write it as $1. All right, so they want us to put 3 dimes, 4 nickels, and 2 pennies in here. So if you don't have any money, you need to pause this video and you need to go and see if you have a piggy bank somewhere. But if your parents are working right now, like I said, save this for later, because I know it's sometimes when my husband is working, he can't stop what he's doing. All right, we're going to get 3 dimes. We're going to get 4 nickels. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to have 2 pennies. 1, 2. Remember, the penny has Abraham Lincoln's face on it. So we're going to count by tens. And you know another trick? This is 5 plus 5. So 2 of these make 10 also. If you want to do that, put those together. So let's do it both ways. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52. Now let's put these as 5 plus 5 equals 10. And let's count it again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52. Some of you have done that before. You said, I'm going to put 2 nickels together to make 10. Oh, that's a sloppy 2. Sorry about that. All right. So let's see. Let's go on to this. All right, 16 cents. What does 16 cents look like? Now, of course, I could use 16 pennies, But I really don't like, we've talked about this, I really don't like to carry around 16 pennies in my pocket or in my purse. It's very heavy. So I want to think of a better way. And if I use 2 of these, I've got 10, 20, that's too much. So I've got 10 here, and I could use 6 pennies, which is what we've done in the past. But there's even a better way than that. Can you think of a better way? We could use 16, so we've got 10. 10 plus 5, 15, and this equals 16. What about 27? Now in the past, we would always do 2 dimes, and then we would do 7 pennies. But I bet I could trade those for something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So could I trade some of these pennies in for something else rather than carrying around all those pennies? You're right, you better believe it. I could trade it for one of these nickels that's worth 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I could use one of these instead. So for 27 cents, I could use 2 dimes, 1 nickel, and 2 pennies. All right, so this is Nick, and he wants to buy this eraser, and it costs 17 cents. So how could he pay for the eraser? You're right, we could use 17 pennies. That's still a lot of pennies to carry around. And we could give them 2 dimes, and then they could give us change back. But exactly, if we want to give them the exact amount, what would we give them? So this is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. And then we've got 16 and 17. All right, now you give it a try. Nick wants to buy 1 pair of scissors that cost 58 cents. How can he pay for the scissors? Now, of course, we could use 5 dimes and 8 pennies. There's no shame in that. But there's even a better way. We could put those 8 pennies up there and we could trade them in for something else. All right, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, and 58. There you go, Nick. There's your scissors. Nick wants to buy a marker that costs 36 cents. How would he pay for the marker? What do you think? What could we use? I would like to use a quarter, but we don't have a quarter. Could use 3 dimes and 6 pennies, but there's even a way to carry around less money. We've got 10, we've got 20, we've got 30, 35, and 36. All right, Nick, you're getting all your school supplies today. Oh, Nick wants to buy this book, Goodnight Moon. Wow, that is a good price on a book. It must be a yard sale. 65 cents for a book. How will Nick pay for that? We could use 65 pennies. That's a lot of pennies. All right, 10, we'll start with our dimes. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now we could use 5 pennies, but there's something that's worth 5, 65. Nick wants to buy a pencil that costs 23 cents. How can he pay for the pencil? What should we use to buy this pencil? And by now, I know a lot of you are catching on to this, but really in today, the day and age that we live in, a lot of, as parents, we use credit cards a lot, and kids just really don't see us handling money like this, change and paper money. And it's really important that kids know how to handle money and know when they get change back that they need to count it and make sure that they were given the right amount. So 23 cents. So we've got 10, and we've got 20, 21, 22, and 23. All right, that's all for Nick. Let's go back to the beginning of Nick. I don't think I showed you the very beginning. It says, let's help Nick count dimes, nickels, and pennies. And that will be on your paper today, where you'll be counting the dimes by 10, and the nickels by 5, and the pennies by 1. So don't forget, a penny's worth, that's right, a penny's worth 1, a nickel's worth 5, a dime is worth 10, and a quarter 25. All right, thanks for helping Nick buy his school supplies today. Have a great day.